A major controversy is shaking Nigeria right now, and people across the country cannot stop talking about what just happened. Sunday Jackson, a man who was convicted for killing herdsmen, has been granted a pardon and released from prison. And this decision has sent shockwaves through the nation, particularly angering Islamic cleric Sheikh Ahmad Gumi, who has been very vocal about his displeasure with this development. The story is complex and touches on some of the most sensitive issues facing Nigeria today. So let me break down everything you need to know about what is really going on here and why this pardon has become such a divisive topic. Sunday Jackson was convicted years ago for his involvement in the killing of Fulani herdsmen during one of the many conflicts between farmers and herders that have plagued Nigeria's Middle Belt region for decades. These clashes have claimed thousands of lives and displaced countless communities, creating deep wounds that have yet to heal. Jackson became a symbol for many in his community who saw him as someone who was defending his people against what they perceived as aggression, while others viewed him as someone who took the law into his own hands and committed murder. His conviction was supposed to serve as a deterrent, a message that vigilante justice would not be tolerated, regardless of the circumstances or the tensions fueling such violence. Fast forward to now, and the state government has decided to grant Jackson a pardon, effectively wiping away his conviction and setting him free. The announcement came as a surprise to many Nigerians who were not expecting such a controversial decision, especially given the fragile state of relations between farming and herding communities across the country. The government has not provided extensive details about why this pardon was granted, but the decision has already sparked intense debate about justice, reconciliation, and whether this move will help or hurt efforts to achieve lasting peace in affected regions. Sheikh Ahmad Gumi, the prominent Islamic scholar known for his outspoken views on security matters, has expressed strong anger over this pardon. Gumi has been vocal in recent years about what he sees as injustices against Fulani people and has advocated for dialogue with armed groups in the Northwest. For Gumi, the pardon of Sunday Jackson represents a double standard and an insult to the families of the herdsmen who were killed. He has questioned why someone convicted of killing herders can receive a pardon, while many young Fulani men face harsh treatment for similar offenses. And he has suggested that this decision reveals a bias in how justice is administered in Nigeria, depending on who the victims and perpetrators are. The timing of this pardon is particularly sensitive because farmer-herder conflicts continue to be a major security challenge in Nigeria. These clashes are not just about cattle and crops, but are intertwined with issues of land rights, climate change, population growth, ethnic tensions, and competition for increasingly scarce resources. In recent years, the violence has escalated in states like Benue, Plateau, Taraba, and Kaduna, with both farming and herding communities suffering devastating losses. Many observers believe that the conflicts have been exploited by politicians who benefit from keeping communities divided, making it even harder to find sustainable solutions. If you are finding this story as interesting as I am and you want to stay updated on all the latest developments happening in Nigeria, please take a moment to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Your support really helps us continue bringing you the news and analysis you care about. The reaction to Jackson's pardon has been predictably divided along ethnic and regional lines. Many people from Jackson's community have celebrated the pardon, viewing it as a recognition that he was defending his community when government security forces were unable to provide adequate protection. They argue that Jackson should never have been imprisoned because he was acting in self-defense, and they see his release as a long overdue correction. For these supporters, the pardon acknowledges the context in which that violence occurred and recognizes that communities have a right to protect themselves when the state fails in its duty. On the other hand, Fulani communities and their advocates see the pardon as a slap in the face and a signal that lives of herders do not matter as much as the lives of others. They point out that herders have also been victims of violence, with entire communities attacked and countless herders killed. For them, granting a pardon to someone convicted of killing herders sends a dangerous message that such killings are acceptable, and they worry that this decision could embolden others to take violent action without fear of consequences. Sheikh Ahmad Gumi's anger reflects these concerns, and his statement has resonated with many Fulani people who feel their community is constantly scapegoated and denied justice. What do you think about all of this? Drop a comment below and let me know where you stand on this issue.